Good afternoon. Today we're going to be doing a video about how to properly make a pizza omelet. I've already put the first 2 eggs in. Sorry, I tried doing this before and certain eggs were raw and I couldn't tell which ones. Might make a little comedy video about that later. So typically you want about 3 eggs in, although I guess it depends on the size of the omelet you're looking to make. Alright, so step 2, you're going to want to get something to mix the eggs. A fork if you don't have one of these. For now, I can do this one-handed. Going to want to kind of mix it up. We got Hubble over here. I think I think retrievers can actually have it can have cooked eggs, right?
Yeah, once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while. So that's what we might do with the ones that I accidentally broke open. Cooked eggs. So yeah, you're going to want to get it real nice and mixed up. If there's an eggshell in there, if it's a small one, I think that's okay. I've made them like that before. This part's optional. I always like to do it though. You're going to want to add Tapatio. There might be a certain technique to this, but it's not going to ruin it if you put Tapatio in the wrong way. So now you're going to want to just kind of make sure you're going to want to don't hold back on Tapatio. It's not going to be that spicy because you're going to mix it up and then you're going to cook it. So, you know, however much Tapatio, you know, this is probably not going to be that spicy, to be honest. Right. Yeah, I haven't really mastered the right amount yet. I only discovered how to make this a couple days ago. I might do more cooking videos in the future. Let me know if you want to see more of those. Typically, you want to be able to smell only Tapatio if you sniff the bowl. That'll add some Tapatio flavor. As you can see, all the water is kind of red. You know, there's hardly one spot where it's only yellow. You know, maybe along the edges. So next, what I always like to do for making, where is it? What I always like to do when making scrambled eggs, or in this case an omelet, is I like to add salt and pepper. So you're gonna want to add some pepper and some salt. Then you're gonna want to mix it up. You know, to get it all nice, get the yolk mixed in with the pepper and the salt, and kind of get it all over the bowl. If it goes on the edges of the bowl, that's fine. So now, you might want to butter the pan, unless you have like a copper pan. So yeah, so you're just real quickly, so to butter the pan, you're going to probably want to put it on high, typically. I'm sure most of you probably know this part, how to do stuff like this, but, you know, I want to include the whole thing. So let's get some butter. Yeah, it's hot. My hand burned just by putting it that close. Alright, if this happens, the butter will melt off. Don't worry about it. Ah, jeez. Yeah. So, alright, so this is manageable for my hand. Oh, man. not even like touching it. Jeez. So, yeah, I think my hand's okay though. Don't worry. Anyway, let's put the butter back. So step 3, make sure you're gonna want it below. You're gonna want the stove to be below the medium mark, because you're gonna want time to add the ingredients, which may take you a couple minutes. So now, you just kind of pour that in there. So now you're gonna want to get the other ingredients. You need pepperoni. You need this. One second. Mexican style cheese. Any cheese, but this goes really good on breakfast meals. So I chose this, and the healthiest part of it all, some spinach. So feel free to add these ingredients in whatever order you choose. Although personally I would put the cheese on last to kind of coat everything in. I apologize if this is noisy to the camera. Alright, so I'm going to get all the spinach in there. Alright, I'll put that away later. So then you want some pepperoni. I'm just going to set up the camera over here on a little tripod. Alright, so then you're going to want to get some pepperoni. Looks like we have just enough with us here today. If you want it a little bit more spread out, you can kind of rip the pepperoni in half, which I think like this, kind of. So, well, I don't know, we need to get some more. And by we, I mean somebody else. Right? So, put the spinach away. So, in this case, the ingredients are not exactly covered all over the place, so I'm gonna get a spatula. You're preferably gonna want a more flat spatula like this. And you're going to kind of want to just press all the ingredients down in there. And just put the camera over here. So yeah, you're just going to want to kind of like press everything down in there. And if you leave it on a low temperature to begin with, it should go down there no problem, and it won't really mess up your omelet too much. So we can put the spatula off to the side for now. Just like put it over here. Now you're going to want to put on the Mexican cheese. I would recommend putting it on before you put the temperature really high, because you're going to want a little bit for it to like blend in. Put plenty of Mexican cheese also. Yes. I don't know if you can see this creature right here. That I think he's, I don't even know. Alright, so now he's going to want to kind of mix it all in once again. So there we go. Now you're going to want to put the temperature on, like, on a higher temperature. And now you let it cook. And then whenever it looks like it's done to you, you're done. Thanks for watching. Sorry if that took a little long. You know, cooking can take time though. So it's the whole tutorial. Shout out to Greg Mason of Maryland. He's a chef. You know, he works really hard at his job, so shout out goes to him. I think he follows my channel, and I think he subscribed, so bye.